Good morning, everyone. Thank goodness it is Friday, June 27, 2014. My name's Doug McKay. I am you guys know who I am because we're not going to put this on Twitter. So, hey gang, how's it going? We can skip that. We can do blah, 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 blah with the legals, and let's just get right into it. So, we still have that high up at 1960. Our month low or month open is 1921.25. We are sitting right on the cusp, guys, of the critical mass, so keep an eye on that. If we get any move up, we're going to get into a situation where the critical mass is going to kick in, and we are going to see the buyers take control, and they will drift us up on this lovely Friday afternoon. Looking at yesterday, we had a Globex open at 1948.75. We had a high at 52.50 and a low at 47. And then we had an open at 1951.50. 2 days with an open drive, really incredible. You know, we had an open drive to the upside on Wednesday, and then we had an open drive to the downside. This is what we call a battle for control. Of course, we had a normal day, which was, low probability. I was waiting for them once they broke that 44 and a quarter, and they accepted that 47.50. I thought, okay, this is a no-brainer. They're going to go up and break that IB to the high side, but they just didn't do it. They just stepped to the side and said, no, sir. Our initial balance high, 51.50. Initial balance low, 1936 and a quarter for a 15 and a quarter point. I mean, yeah, it was a wide IB, but that doesn't mean when they get that close, within basically 3 points of the IB high, that they shouldn't have taken it out, but they didn't, and there you have it. A low percentage day at 3%. All our intraday numbers were basically negative, except for our 1230 number was exactly the same. Our high was 51.50, our low was 36 and a quarter. Our RTH close was 48.75, and we had a VPOC shift down. You can see the VPOC accepted value is coming down right now. The 20-day ATR continues to expand now. We have 11 and a quarter on the RTH. We have 12.88 on the full session. We have just over 6 3/4 on the Globex. We didn't break the IB, so we didn't have a break. Our value area again was lower. So VPOC lower, value area lower. We're accepting value lower. Not necessarily thinking that we're going to rotate down, but value is being accepted lower. And then we had higher than normal volume at 1.3 and 1.4. No real news today. We have a small report at 8:55 Central, 9:55 Eastern. That's the University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment, but it's the revised report. Let's take a look at what we have so far in the Globex. I just got to get these numbers, and I apologize, but with my computer crash, I didn't get to do all my numbers today. So we have a high in Globex of 1950. Oh, there's that 1950 area again, and we have a low at 1943 even, 1943. And currently our VPOC is right here where we're trading in around 1944. 44 and a quarter. All right, so going back over to the daily report. $19.50 for the high, $19.43 for the low. So our 20-day ATR targets to the upside, $19.56. I'll call it $19.55.75. To the low side, $19.37. All right. So let's go take a look at where we are within the macro to the micro and the trend. Trend is good on the monthly, good slope, good separation, tracking near the high. Trend is intact. On the weekly, same thing, good slope, good separation. Trend is intact, trading near the upper distribution of the last 3 weeks. Trend is very much strong on the weekly. On the daily, we're seeing a little bit of weakness come in here. Again, we tried to break below the 20 SMA yesterday. We didn't get below it. We did get below it, but then we, came right back up and popped up above the 9 EMA. Right now, we're trading below the 9 EMA, but up above the 20 SMA. Likely to come in and get a MA squeeze right here. So keep an eye on this. Getting a little bit of weakness on the daily, and remember we have this possible head and shoulder pattern setting up on the daily. Taking a look at the geometric chart, we have broken below the short-term upward sloping fork. We're currently trading below it. A test of the the lower line of the upward sloping fork. Well, there's that 1950 again. At 1950 and 1955, 1950 has been popping up all over the place. So keep an eye on that number. Right now, if we reject the lower line of the short-term upward sloping fork, I'd be looking for a move down as a possibility, down to test the center line of the intermediate upward sloping fork down. Well, look at that, 1914.50. These numbers just don't pop out. They just, keep coming on. And if we get back above that 1950.50, then a test of the upper line of the intermediate upward sloping fork gives us a test of 1968.50. I'm really looking at that 1969.50 number. Let's take a look at the trend coming into the market. Get away. And see what our intraday trends look like. A little bit of a downward slope, but we've got look at the separation. We have none. This is actually a interesting a chart pattern. It's showing weakness, but it's showing that we don't really have a trend intact. Not too often you see this, actually. This is an interesting pattern. Let's take a look and see what it looks like on the 30-minute. 30-minute, a little bit different. You do have slope, not a tremendous amount of separation, but we have a bit of a trend to the downside coming in on the 30-minute. Let's take a look at the 15-minute. 15-minute, you got slope and separation and rejection off of the 9 EMA. Looks like we've got a downward trend happening on the 15-minute. And just taking a look at the 5-minute, a little bit of consolidation going on here. So no trend on the 5-minute. So we've got some weakness coming into the market today. And that's interesting because, we're sitting right here at critical mass. And let's just take a look at this because I talk about it. I shouldn't just talk about it. I should discuss it. Our 20-day ATR daily full session target is 1288. We have 2 trading days left over for the month, and that gives us a 25.25 range, 2-day average true range. We are currently trading at 1944, 1944, and minus 25.75 will take us down to, oh, look at that, 1918.25. We have not hit critical mass yet. So today is going to be the battle in whether or not we get to a point where we can't get below the open. We are currently still inside of critical mass with the open of the month at 1921.25. So keep an eye on that. If we get, I would say, that's what, we got another 3 points. If we get a rally today, and we get above the range high today, I think you're going to see critical mass kick in, and we'll see the buyers take control into the end of the month. But that is nowhere near there yet. So let's take a look at the big picture. You can see that the microcomposite that I drew back to the 26, it's only going back to the 28th here, but trust me, it's not going to change by going to the 26th. Still most accepted price within this range on the microcomposite. It's still up at 1953. We're above it, I'm sorry, we're below it right now. We're in this three-day balance. Microcomposite VPOC is down here at 43. The key level that you're going to want to watch on the ES today is this 1945, 1946 level. If we cannot get above that, we're going to likely take a move down to this 1939, 75, 1940 level, and then we have a range that we want to watch today between this 37.75 CLVN and the 45 CLVN. With the move down yesterday, we had the range low down at 36.25. You got to move the CLVN down in your mind. You can't move it, but you move it down in your mind to this 36.25. The 36, excuse me, the 36.25 is the three-day range low, and it's also the value or area low from yesterday. So we had a double distribution day, and you've got this 45 CLVN and 37.75 CLVN, but putting it into context, you got to be looking at the 45.75 versus the the 45. So the key area above us right now is going to be this 45.75, and then the key level below is going to be 36.25. And you've got this lower distribution now. Double distribution days, generally you'll test both sides of the distribution within the next two sessions or the next couple sessions. So right now the trade area you want to look at is this 45.75 or 36.25. Is there any edge in the lower distribution? Well, let's take a look at it. What we have. We have the 45, but that doesn't work. We do have the 41, is it 41.25? 41, but really that's not really showing us any edge. So sorry to tell you about this, but there really isn't anywhere that I would trade right here that's going to give you a true edge between 45.75 and 36.25. So it's Friday. Sit on your hands, okay? Don't give any of your profit back, from the week. Wait for a move to test this 45.75 above 45.75. Get long into the upper distribution with the first target being that 47.50. Look at that 40. How many times have we heard 47.50 in the last few days? And 47.25 is our value area high for yesterday. So, first target above this 45.75. You could try to take the move above 44.75, but I think it's dangerous. But if you feel frisky and you want to take the move off of 44.75, I would not fault you, except where are you going to put your stop? You're going to put it anywhere in front of the naked VPOC? I don't think so. So you really have to have your stop somewhere down in around 1939. But look at 1939.50 is a key level here. So to me, wait for the breakout above 45.75 for a move to test the value area high at 47.25, 47.50. Our naked close is 48. was it 48.75? 48.75. So I'd look for continuation with the breakout above value, and I'd make that our main target above the value at 48.75. And then once we're up here, I really think that you know, we're going, and we got a CHVN there too, and that 49.25 where they tried to hold value here. I think we'll get a drift up to test this 51.50, and that's where I'd be looking for responsive sellers to step in here at 51.50. Above 51.50, don't even think about shorting. Okay, everything's going to be about that first target and the most accepted price up here at 53, and just this will be a really nice trade if we get above this 51.50. They failed to do it the other day, or sorry, yesterday. Let's just take a look at the Globex and see what our highs and lows are. So there's that 1950 again. 1950 is the overnight high, and 43 is the overnight low, sitting right on top of our naked VPOC, and our overnight VPOC is 44.25, and we're basically trading there. So in terms of trades on the open, you know, we're likely going to chop. I would say the higher probability right now is to take out the overnight low. What are you going to do? If I was to do anything right now, I'd get short and put my stop above 45.75. That's the only thing I can do. But to me, that's a dangerous trade. You know, so you know, remember, being out of the market is a position as well. And to me, stay out of the market until we get a clear setup here today, because this is going to be ugly in this lower distribution. I mean, look at this. You know, you've got 40 and 40, 350, and is just not a very good-looking profile. And you know, sometimes the market doesn't give it to you, so don't try to push it. Wait for this test of 45.75 and play off of that. Otherwise, wait till we get down to this 36.25. There's really nothing else I can, I can give you. Sorry, I don't make the markets. I just talk about them. You know, this is not going to be an easy open. So we'll wait and we'll see and we'll be patient. Below 36.25, you got a nice. You're below the CLVN. You're below the value area here, and you got a nice move down to 34. That would be a nice trade, and I'd be looking for a 34 target below the range, with the other side of balance being 33. Come on. And then anything below range, if we break out of this range, then you got to be looking. And there's the two numbers down here, 31.25, but the big one is going to be that 29.50. And then the other side of that balance, there really isn't anything there until we get down to that 24.50. And I love it when I sound like a broken record, because you know the levels are playing out beautifully. And then below 24.50, you know, I'd be looking for a move down to that 22.75. And then if we get below the 22.75, don't even think about it. Just sell, 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 sell into that 18.75. A little bit of resistance at 16, or support at 16.75, but really it's all about that 1914.50 level. I'm telling you, we will not hold that 18.75 level once we get down there, and we don't hold it. If we don't hold it, and to me, this from 22.75 all the way to 1940 is a perfect setup. So if you're sitting on the sidelines and you don't know what to do, and we break that 22.75, you know, grow a pair and just short it. And then today we just have to wait for that 45.75. Let's look at what it looks like on the Renko with the Keltner. So currently right now, look at that. Am I good or am I good? 1945.75 is the center line. And that is our trading line for the day. Above 45.75, get long. Below it, get short. But short it off of it, or accept the risk that you have to take, to get short, at this level. Hey, if you got major risk and you feel frisky, do it, because we'll likely take out the overnight low and this naked VPOC. But anything above it, get long into 47.50. It's a beautiful number. It's a beautiful thing. And a test of the upper Keltner line will take us up to 1951.50, 1951 and a quarter. There's our range high. So that's working out perfectly. Below it, a test of the lower line will take us down to that 1940. So let's put 1940 as a target below us. You want to get in and short and funded off of a rejection of 45.75 before you get to 1940. I think you'll all do that anyway, so I'm not really worried about it. Let's take a look at the Russell. Russell. And my computer crashed, so I have to draw my stuff again. Computers are just not friendly to me lately. And of course, it makes no sense. Okay, so let's look at, and we've got a very similar situation happening on the Russell. To me, the Russell and the key line right now is this 1173.80. And if we stay below that, we're in the lower distribution, and we see some ugly, ugly chop in this area of undetermined fair value. Key number below 1173.80 is the CHVN, and I think it's the 3-day balance as well. Let me just draw a profile in here. Yeah, so it's right around that 1969.70, 1169.70, 1170 area is where our 3-day balance is. But you've got a buying tail here. So to me, there's really nothing you can do here, okay, until we get all the way down to this 1160. 68 level and 66. So you could look at 68 value area low, excuse me, and see if you see a responsive buyer stepping in. But if we break below that, this is a nice short into 66. So to me, you buy 68 and a quarter if they reject it. You sell 68 and a quarter if they break through, and down to the range low at 66. And in between, oh, come on. And in between this 73.70, 73.80, you don't do anything. You sit and look at your screen and be happy that you're not risking any money. Above, get long into 74.80. For a test of the value area high. We break out of the value area high. You got a nice trade into the naked close at 1176.10, and a move up to test and back into this balance up here at 1178.20, which is going to be right near our range high. And then outside of balance, outside of range, then you look for a move up to the other side of that balance, and I'd be looking for a move up to this 1181 area as your target. And again, then we see the same type of situation as we're seeing in the ES, where you'll get critical mass kicking in, and I think we drift up and test and move up to this 82.30 level. with the other side of balance at 85.10. And to me, this 85.10 is going to be a key level, today. If we get above this 85.10, if I can draw it, I can't even draw it. There we go. If we get above that, there's nothing really. You've got 89.50 would be the first area that I'd be looking at. But to me, we get up there, the sellers are going to capitulate, and we drift up, and you've got that 92 and 95.90 above us, and then I think we're targeting the 1200s and that all-time high in the TF at 1203.80. Take a look at gold. Did gold do anything? Of course it didn't, because we said that it was just going to, chop around this, 1317 area. And what are we doing? Chopping around 1317 area. We need something to happen within the indices for us to break out of, this distribution that we've got around 1317. Key levels remain the same, 1307 and basically 26 to 28 above. I would wait for this isn't even valid anymore. Let me just get rid of that and look at this a little bit closer. Key level above us on gold is going to be, oh, this is not as easy as it looks. I'd say 1329.70, but really we break out of this 26.60. It's pretty easy sailing all the way up to 32.80, but you're going to have a little bit of resistance here at this 29.70. But really, I think you get above this value area high of the microcomposite here at 1320, you got a decent move up to 23, if not 24. It's not a safe trade, okay? Especially, you can see, look at the wicks and the tails, within the days of this balance. We said at the beginning of the week that we were just going to chop around in this area and go nowhere, and I still stick to that's my story, and I'm sticking to it right now. We wait for next week for a breakout in gold, either below 07 or above 29.50. Anyway, that's it. I am done. I am going to call that a homework session. Hopefully it's not all over the place. And as always, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.